The referendum didn't pass, but I think the outcome, the positive outcome that's been neglected, is the fact that for the first time, mayors came together around a plan. And transit funding, transit expansion has been stalled for over a decade, partly because mayors have been unable to come together around a plan. So the requirement for a referendum got them to come together, agree on what they wanted to do. Ultimately it wasn't successful, but at least there's now a plan. And that's one step closer to where we wanted to get to. Now there's more to do though, obviously, because it didn't pass.
Not a waste of time, not a waste of money?
Well, I mean, I think if we hadn't done it, we might be in exactly the same place we were before the referendum, where there was no plan even, and no consensus amongst mayors. On this issue of should we have broad regional tolling, well, it's something that we need to include people in the Lower Mainland in that conversation. I think people want to have it, depending on where you live. Fact is, if you live in Vancouver, odds of the Mayor of Vancouver tolling the Burrard Street Bridge and the Granville Street Bridge are pretty small, is my guess. You just won't see them get tolled.
The North Shore bridges are yours, though.
Yes, the North Shore bridges are. So what you might find is that all of the bridges, people in Vancouver who want to stay in Vancouver, which is a lot of them, end up paying no tolls, and everybody else around the Lower Mainland does. So we also have to think about equity in the system. But we are. One of the downsides that observers in Surrey that support regional tolling have identified, and they're quite right about this, is that when some bridges are tolled, especially south of the Fraser, and some are not, it redirects traffic very substantially, because some people will try and avoid the tolls, and the only way to do that is to make sure that everybody's tolled. So that's a discussion, though we still have to get into the meat of that, and I expect we will have a pretty vigorous discussion with people about it.
Families, decide where they're going to live in the region. They kind of want to know whether their neighborhood is going to be up against the toll to get to somewhere else. So you agree that you need to give them those answers as soon as possible.
Well, I think it's we need to have all the information first. I mean, we certainly need to know what's going to happen with George Massey and how that would fit into the bigger picture.